Hello everybody, today we will discuss mass energy relation. Actually this relation was given by Einstein and he established the mass energy equivalence, that is E is equal to m into c square, where c is the speed of light and m is the mass, and speed of light, its value in vacuum is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. So this relation means that when a certain mass m disappears, an equivalent amount of energy E appears and vice versa. So the mass of a particle measured in a frame of reference in which the particle is at rest is called its rest mass, that is m naught. So total energy comes out to be rest mass energy plus kinetic energy. So E is equal to m naught c square plus kinetic energy. So putting the values here, E is equal to m into c square. So putting here m into c square is equal to m naught c square plus kinetic energy. So from this equation, kinetic energy can be calculated, and that is equal to kinetic energy is equal to m into m minus m naught into c square. So this m minus m naught, that is the mass defect. M naught is the mass when actually m naught is the rest mass and m naught is the mass when during motion. M is the mass during motion and m naught is the mass in the state of rest, when a particle is in the state of rest, when a body is in the state of rest. So kinetic energy comes out to be delta m into c square, and this delta m is known as mass defect. So mass and energy are convertible each other. So therefore, two classical laws of conservation of mass and conservation of energy have been modified into one law, that is known as the law of conservation of mass energy. So according to this law, the sum of the mass energy of a system of a particle is same before and after an interaction. Now we will find out the value of the mass defect, how to calculate a numerical problem on the basis of this formula. So mass defect, it is observed that the mass of a stable nucleus is always less than the sum of the masses of its constituent protons and neutrons in their free state. So the difference between the rest mass of a nucleus and the sum of the rest masses of its constituent nucleons is known as its mass defect. So an atom is represented by the symbol ZXA, where X is an atom and Z is the number of protons and A minus Z is the number of neutrons. So mass defect can be calculated. Delta M is equal to Z MP. MP is the mass of the proton or multiplied by number of protons. So this is the total mass of all the protons plus total mass of all the neutrons. So number of neutrons is A minus Z, and we will multiply this value by Mn. Mn is the mass of the neutron and minus M, and this M is the mass of the nucleus. You can say Mn, mass of the nucleus. Okay. Now we will discuss binding energy. So how to calculate binding energy if we know the mass defect. So binding energy, actually this is the energy of a nucleus with which the nucleons are bound in the nucleus. And how do we measure it? It can be measured by the work required to be done to separate the nucleons, protons and neutrons. Actually protons and neutrons are bounded with the nucleus with a large nuclear force, and if we want to separate them, some work is being done, and this work is known as the this work is required to separate the nucleons, proton and neutron, and infinite distance apart from the nucleus, so that they may not interact with each other. Now we will just derive the expression for binding energy. So in any nucleus ZXA, where Z is the charge number and its A is mass number. So number of protons and number of electrons is equal to charge number, that is Z, and number of neutrons is equal to A minus Z. So mass defect we can find out as we discussed earlier, ki delta M is equal to ZMP. Z is number of protons multiplied by mass of a proton plus A minus Z, that is number of neutron multiplied by mass of one neutron, or minus Mn. Mn is the nuclear mass of the atom. So using Einstein mass energy equivalence, that is binding energy is equal to delta M into C square. Okay, now we can put the value of delta M from the above equation. So binding energy comes out to be Zmp plus A minus Zmn and minus Mn into C square. Now in an atom, the electrons are bound to the nucleus by electrostatic force, so they have a binding energy of their own. So binding energy of the electron is Mn plus Zme, and this is the total number of electrons, that is Z multiplied by Me, minus M Zxa, or Zxa is nothing but the atomic mass. Mzxa is atomic mass. So binding energy of electron is much smaller, is of the order of electron volt to kilo electron volt as compared to the rest mass energy of our nucleons, that is nearly equal to 10 raised to the power 3 mega electron volt. That is much higher. So binding energy of electron comes out to be 0. So therefore we can say Mn plus Zme minus Mzxa is equal to 0, or after calculation Mn can be find out Mn is equal to M Zxa minus Zme. So this value can be put in equation 2 as we have derived earlier. So binding, after putting, we will get this equation: binding energy is equal to Zmp plus A minus Zmn minus M Zxa plus Zme into C square. So this is Zmp, and here Zme, Z can be taken common, and we will get Mp plus Me in one bracket plus A minus Zmn and minus M Zxa, that is the atomic mass multiplied by C square. But we know very well ki mass of proton plus mass of electron gives mass of the hydrogen atom. So the above equation can be written as binding energy is equal to Zmh plus A minus Zmn minus M Zxa into C square. And we can also find out binding energy per nucleon. So binding energy divided by total number of nucleons, so that is Zmh plus A minus Zmn minus M Zxa into C square divided by A. So binding energy per nucleon gives a measure of the force which binds the nucleus together inside a nucleus.